Hey everyone, welcome back to Your Nifty Guy. I hope all of you are doing well. Today's market was quite a ride, full of volatility, sudden swings, and moments that really tested patience and discipline. It turned out to be a stop loss day for me, and I want to be transparent about it because that's part of real trading. Not every session goes according to plan, and that's absolutely fine. What matters is how we handle it, what we learn from it, and how we prepare better for the next trading day. The market gave a lot of mixed signals today, and it was one of those sessions where sitting tight and managing risk was more important than chasing trades. In this video, I'll walk you through how the price action unfolded, where my setup failed, and the key lessons I'm taking away from today's volatility. We'll also discuss what this kind of movement tells us about market sentiment going forward and how we can adapt our strategy for the next session. So make sure you watch till the end. There's a lot of takeaway from today, even though it wasn't a winning day. And as always, if you find these daily breakdowns helpful, do hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Now let's ju jump straight to the charts. I might be sounding a little off today. It's not because of the stop loss day, guys. I had a dental procedure and the left side of my gums and everything had to be anesthetized. So again, still feeling heavy on left side of the face, and that is the reason. Stop losses, they don't impact or affect me a lot, right? So markets opened with a minor gap up and moved up immediately. Now, a good trade could have been if market gave us a pullback after it broke out of this particular swing high, but then markets moved without any valid pullback. Then the pullback came in around here, but then again, if you look at the price action, we're actually at a resistance area which we had marked as per the 4 hour or 75 minutes time frame, and that was the reason I did not take a trade around here. Had we got a trade around here, it would have been a good scalp trade, but then around here, taking a long entry uh, was not looking lucrative enough for me, and that was the reason I refrained from entering this. And as you can see, it did not move up by a lot after this particular move which came in, right? Post this session, it was a complete roller coaster, rumble jumble day for Nifty, going entirely sideways, taking out stop losses everywhere. I'll tell you exactly where did I take my stop loss and what was the rationale behind me entering those trades. It was not like I was doing random trading. No, I'll quickly share. So markets after this swing which it formed around here formed a new high, right? You can see markets formed a new high. RSI at the same point of time was forming new lows, and we were trading near a important resistance area. Now, like I have also previously mentioned that this is just the zero point 0.5 to 0.618 zone, and it is not necessary that the market has to take a resistance from exactly this particular point. It can even go up a little bit, then take a resistance, and then fall down. So whatever it, there will be clues everywhere, and we need to take a look at them. And this is what I was looking at. Uh, as soon as this low was broken down around here, this is where I had entered my first short trade of the day with my stop loss just above this red candle. And I was trading in the next week's expiry. Like I always have told you guys on expiry as well as expiry minus 1 day, I shift my trading to the next week's expiry. Uh, I took a immediate stop loss around. I waited for the stop loss to actually get triggered because this can again be a breakdown coming in and pullback coming in. Although my heart was telling me this was just a liquidity sweep wherein I was a part of it. Markets came down, went slightly just below this particular low, and then immediately reversed. But then again, once you are entering a trade and you should have a predefined stop loss and you should wait for it. And that is what exactly what I did. Once the market triggered the predefined stop loss on the options chart, I exited the trade. I took a stop loss of around 12 points on this particular trade. Markets went on to make a new high, whereas RSI went on to make a new low. Post this, market again came sideways, and then once again, as soon as this particular low was taken out, this is where I re-entered into the trade. So this is what I always tell you guys. So that even if the trade is going against you after all the planning, after all the analysis, and your stop loss is being triggered, like it did for me around here, this is where you should get out of the trade once. And if market is giving you an opportunity, again, this is where you re-enter. This is where I had re-entered at the break of this particular zone. As soon as this particular the from where the buying had initially come in had come out, had been taken out, I entered into the running candle, and at one point of time, the entire loss that I had taken around here was covered. I was slightly in green, but then again, immediately uh, the markets came up, formed a hammer. Now, usually I would have gotten out at such a candle, but then again, because it was right after my entry, I decided to just test the waters for some more time. Markets formed another swing. I shifted my stop loss from this candle high to this swing high, which again got taken out pretty quickly. Another 13 points stop loss gone in this. Uh, Total 25 points stop loss I had taken. Now, the quantity which I had taken was low. The reason being I was trading against the primary trend. If you can see, the double bottom which we spoke about in yesterday's video had worked beautifully, and we were in a lower high, higher high, higher low formation only. It was just that we got caught in the volatility. And again, someone who would have longed around here again would also have been trapped, right? Right after giving my SL, I was not interested in taking a long trade because RSI, which is my favorite indicator, was giving a negative divergence continuously. That was the reason no long trade for me around here. And anybody would have done that again would have been trapped, just like people would have uh, who shorted around here got trapped, right? Similarly, again, when this low went out, it got trapped. Once this high got taken out, people again got trapped. When this low swing low got taken out, people who had shorted again got trapped. So it was a complete uh, trapping kind of a day. And I took the second stop loss, I exited and I closed my system. That is what I have a personal rule where in two back-to-back stop losses, that is where you shut the system, no further trades for the day, even if it is the best, your most favorite setup forming on the charts. The reason being, once you have taken two stop losses and you have to try to understand. First stop loss, okay, understood. Second stop loss which I took at one point of time, the market had completely recovered the losses that I had taken around here, right? I could have gotten out the day at break even. But then again, there are certain rules that you need to follow. And in case if this particular swing market would have sustained below this particular swing, it could have given us a good fall. And that is what I was waiting for and anticipating for. Nonetheless, once you enter a trade, it is either the target that you wait for, or you wait for the markets to go back and hit your stop loss, right? So that is what it is. And post the two stop losses, why do I shut the system? Is because if I trade any further, I will be forcing trades for myself just to make sure that I end the day in green, right? And that is something which I do not want, and I do not want anybody to do. So that was the reason I shut my system and no further trades were taken during the day. So yeah, a day which closed in red, but again, a day full of lessons. The trades that we took were not wrong. Sometimes it will happen. There will be days like this wherein, even after doing everything as per the rules, as per your setup, as per everything, markets will be irrational, right? There's a saying that the markets can stay irrational longer than you and I can stay insolvent. So it's nothing to fret over. Simply move on. There is a fresh new trading opportunity waiting for you the next day. Now, for tomorrow, we don't need this zone. We already have a closing above this. We'll delete this. We don't need this. I will keep this particular line on the charts for a moment and explain you very quickly why. Now, on a daily time frame, we have again got a reversal candle. Reversal why? Yesterday, Friday's candle was the high was lower than Thursday's high. The low was lower than Thursday's low, and we got a closing below Thursday's low. Today's candle, the high is higher than Friday's high, the low is higher than Friday's low, and we've got a closing which is above Friday's high. So this is the three conditions which we try to find out. So there are two scenarios, right? This is what we got the up move. This is the maximum retracement we have got. Now we are going up ahead. Or if we are not going up ahead, we're not breaking this high. Maybe even if we are breaching this high, and then again we breach this low. That is the reason I've kept this low on the charts. It can be a good double top around here, based on which we can take shorting positions around here. That is the reason which why I have even kept this particular low or point still marked on my chart. Now I'll keep the trading plan for tomorrow very, very simple. But before we make the trading plan for tomorrow, tomorrow is the monthly expiry. So if you are trading Nifty tomorrow, make sure to shift your trading to the next week's options. Apart from the expiry special trade, which you can look at in tomorrow's option. Yes, tomorrow is the monthly expiry. We can expect some firecrackers. Keeping into mind today was full of volatility, so we'll that is something that we'll keep an eye on in tomorrow's in the second half, especially if market gives us the hero zero trade as per the expiry special OI based setup that we have. So yeah, that's about the disclaimer. Make sure to shift your trading to the next week's expiry options because you might be paying a slightly higher premium for your entry, but then you will be safeguarding your capital and doing yourself a lot of favor. Tomorrow's simple trade plan will be this: above today's high, we are long. You can also take this particular low. There's not much of a difference, but because it's a good enough swing, right? If we form any buying opportunities around here, we will be taking a long entry. Below this, we are short. And like I said, below this particular swing low, of course, we are short, but we'll be taking one day at a time. So this should be the brief plan for tomorrow, right? Yes, good, wonderful. Trade plan looks very, very good. Very, very simple. This entire range should not be tradable until unless we come around here, form a base, and then we go up based on price action. That should be the only trade that we should be looking at around here. So yeah, that was my trading day. Not the kind of result we hope for, but definitely the kind of experience that makes us stronger. Losses and volatility are part of the process. What matters is how we bounce back with better discipline and sharper plans. If you got value from this breakdown, make sure to like the video, subscribe to Your Nifty Guy, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss tomorrow's trade plans. And I'll leave you with this thought: you never lose in trading, you either win or you learn. See you in the next video with a fresh setup and a fresh mindset. Until then, trade safe and stay disciplined. Cheers.